Legislator has no power to deny a citizen the right to travel upon the highway and to transport his property in the ordinary course of his business or pleasure, though this right may be regulated in accordance with the public interest and convenience. Now, where one undertakes, however, to make greater use of the public highways for his own private gain, the state may not only regulate the use of the vehicles on the highway, but may prohibit it. So what it literally just said is that when you are using the roads for common travel, not even legislation can prevent you from doing so. But if you're aiming to make it commercial, which is what we have been saying, they can regulate and prohibit. Continuing on in that same case, all persons in the absence of legislative edict are vested with the right to use the streets and the highways for travel from one place to another in connection with their business when such use is incidental to that business. This is an ordinary use of the streets and highways and is frequently characterized as an inherent or natural right? That can't be. It's almost like that's exactly what we've been saying and people are trying to argue against. No person has an inherent or natural right, however, to make streets or highways his place of business. Such use is generally characterized as an extraordinary use. So once again, if you are doing business on the road, that is separate from common law private travel. Remember, the ability to permit is the ability to deny. The use of the streets for purely private gain may not be given, even by legislative authority, unless there also be in such use a public service. That the use of the motor buses for the public carriage of passengers is an extraordinary or different use from that which the citizen is entitled to make of the street without consent. You do not need consent of any government agency. This is what it means to be sovereign and free, but people can't get that through their skulls. That is freedom. Once again, extraordinary use, which is different from the citizen, is of a more dangerous character and may not be exercised without consent. Commerce, business. They may not have taught it in school. It's in every single law library in America. The distinction between the ordinary use of the highways, which may not be denied, and the extraordinary use thereof, which may be permitted or denied, has been shown in numerous opinions of this court, and by them it has become well settled law that in this state, the city may, under the power of exclusive control of the streets granted to it by the legislator, allow or deny use of them which is not inconsistent with the public objects for which they are held. That is an Illinois Supreme Court decision saying you do not need a license to drive a vehicle. Article 4, Section 1. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. So that applies across the nation. And after all that, they still won't believe. For the Lord sent them a strong delusion that they would believe a lie.